Hi guys, welcome to Daughter of Light Tarot. In today's video we are going to see what messages, insights and guidance the tarot has for us this coming week. If you want to check out last week's messages, you are more than welcome. The link is in the description box down below. Please bear in mind these readings are not personal, they are general, so they are meant for everyone and may not resonate for everyone. Alright, let me not keep you waiting any longer. I'm going to set out your piles now. So I recommend, as always, that you choose the pile that you are drawn to. If you want to skip ahead to your pile, the timestamps are in the description box down below. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. I'm going to add the crystals now for those of you who like to choose using crystals. For pile 1 here we have the dark rose quartz. For pile 2 we have the green aventurine, and for pile 3 we have the blue lace agate. And for you to have a quick view, that was the dark rose quartz, and this is the green aventurine and the blue lace agate. There you have it, and I will see you in your piles just now. Hi pile 1, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. Let's get into it. Right, your first card is the Three of Swords in reverse. The first thing that I see here is that you've been overthinking quite a bit lately, and it's kind of making you negative, or it's feeding your emotions, that the emotions that we perceive as negative, whether it is your anger, anxiety, depression, despair, those kinds of feelings. Like your overthinking is provoking those feelings, which in turn, those feelings are stimulating the thinking process. So I feel you guys need to be mindful of that, or have just become mindful of that. Okay, I just want to get the rest of your cards. For some of you also feel that your overthinking has been not kindly towards yourself, and you need to be mindful of that hurting you. Sometimes we don't even know that we are doing it, but I definitely feel that that's where your awareness has to be, or where you've been focused on recently. Okay, so here is your second card, is the Page of Pentacles, and your third card is the Empress in reverse. Okay, so the first thing I see here, the first scenario that I see here is that you've been overthinking about a person that didn't make you feel good enough, or being with this person makes you feel good enough, or you're constantly thinking about the things that they say, and it makes you feel as though you are not good enough, or that you aren't enough in general. And here I feel that this person doesn't mean it in that way, but that it is you taking it up that way because a part of you sees yourself as perhaps not doing enough, or you think that this person perhaps is doing more than you are, or this person is providing more than you are, and it's not the way that it is, because I feel as though this person sees you as precious. They value you. As you can see here, this page is holding up the coin and he's like looking at it. It's kind of like precious to him. So I think that you are definitely overthinking things in terms of you feel as though you are not doing enough for this person or with this person or for yourself, or however, wherever it is in the situation that you feel you aren't doing enough. And it's not this person. I feel like this person drags you out of this, but because you hold the beliefs of you aren't doing enough or you aren't giving enough or something along those lines, you are thinking it is this person saying it, when in actual fact it is not, and this person is just minding their own business, doing what they do, and they're just being themselves with in things that you say you in things that they say you are picking it up, if that makes sense. So it's not about what this person says, it is about how you are perceiving it in this situation. I'm not saying it is always like that, but you got to be mindful of what your thoughts are feeding your heart and what your heart is feeding your thoughts, what your emotions are feeding your thoughts. And then you've got to separate between, what is it that I'm thinking? What is it that I'm seeing? Am I seeing the lack in the situation? Is this person genuinely seeing lack, or is this person enjoying whatever situation you guys are sharing together? Okay, then here what I see by the Empress is that you do have enough. You see the Empress, she has all the abundance. Okay, so you are enough. And what you have to give is enough. You might have the idea of things should be a certain way, or you should be able to give more, you should be able to do more. But you are where you are, and you are only human, and that is good enough. I feel as though this person does appreciate your effort and your time and the energy that you put in. But it is you that thinks you need to put in more. But you can only give so much. And you need to be mindful that is good enough, and you are good enough as you are. Okay, you are the one that needs to be okay with what you can give versus what you think you should be giving. That is too much expectation on yourself. That is perhaps even unrealistic expectation of yourself, because you have what you have. You are what you are, and you can do what you can do in that given moment in time. So be mindful of that. Also, I feel that this person would not be wasting their time if you weren't enough in that sense. Okay, and if it genuinely is the case where this person is telling you to your face with the actual words, you are not good enough, then, well, I'm sorry, but stuff them, because you have what you have, you are what you are. And we can always better ourselves, yes. But if there's actual someone telling you that you are not good enough, then you have your answer there. Whereas I really feel the case here is it is what you are thinking and not what this person is actually saying. Okay, so be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of what you believe, be mindful of what you think, because that is what your reality becomes. So if you do think like, oh my word, I'm not giving enough, you are then putting that outside of yourself, and not only are you unhappy, you're making the other person unhappy too, when whoever else is in that situation with you, which again isn't fair, because one, you don't deserve it, and two, they don't deserve it either. You deserve better from yourself than to think that you are not good enough. And so do they, by the way. Okay, I'm going to get you your angel messages, spirit guide messages from the oracle cards as additionals. but I really think that this reading is pretty clear. Be mindful of what you think and what you speak, because that's the reality that you create. What you think, you believe. What you believe, you act out. So that's a bit much, but there you are. So the oracle card you have is Archangel Michael. I feel that he is with you and guiding you and is there for you. Ooh, straight up the message I got here is, when you look down on yourself, others do too. Because that's the role you are playing, is it not? So be mindful of that. You are the one that's carrying your sword. You dictate your reality and you dictate how others treat you, and you most certainly dictate the self that you treat the self. Dictate the way that you treat yourself. So definitely be mindful of that, okay? They don't want you to look down on yourself. They don't look down on you. They see you in a different light than what, ooh. This person, as well as the angels, your spirit guides, see you in a different light than that which you see yourself. You're the only one currently that's looking down on yourself. And guys, you are so much more. You are the Empress. Allow yourself to step into that role of love and taking care of yourself in the self-respect, and just create the rule for yourself that you don't talk down to yourself, you don't think down about yourself. Rather than thinking these negative thoughts, think about what you can do to make yourself feel better, what you can do to perhaps help this person. Every little bit counts, and you'll still feel better at the end of the day there. Okay, we're going to see what additional messages Archangel Michael has for you. This powerful archangel is with you right now. He gives you courage and helps you release you from the effects of fear. Fear of not being good enough. Anyway, let's get back to it. Through this card, Archangel Michael is making his presence known to you. He is a symbol of true courage, stemming from knowing that God's love is the only power there is. Michael is letting you know that as you make changes in your life and as you encounter challenges, you are safe and secure. God and the angels help you stay true to yourself during trying times. Have heart-to-heart discussions with Michael often. Pour out all of your concerns to him. Don't worry about overburdening him. Michael, like all of the archangels, is able to be with everyone simultaneously who needs him. He has no limitations of time and space, so he can help you and others concurrently. So ask, my dearest people, and you will receive. Okay. So even when you are feeling down and out, remember that you are safe and you are secure. I feel like you know that underneath that insecurity that you're feeling, you still feel something stable underneath. And I want you to trust that. That is the safety and security of yourself, of your higher self, and your spirit guides. It is the security of life. So be mindful of that. Be mindful that it is just your thoughts. It is perhaps old beliefs even that are cropping up. An old part of yourself that is I'm going to say trying to protect you from getting hurt, but it is definitely past behaviors that are coming through. So be mindful of that. You get to choose whether that dictates your present. You get to choose whether that is going to rule your present moment, if that's going to rule your future. The choice is completely up to you. I think that's also why you got the Empress card. It is all in your hands, and you need to choose what you want to do with it. Instead of, I don't want to say going about sulking, but instead of like sitting and thinking like this person doesn't want me, or I'm not helping this person, or this person is saying that, just actually just do it. Just do whatever you can, because it's enough. If you have an injury or something and you can't do it, well, then you can't do it. There's no point in beating yourself up about it. You can only give what you have to give in any given moment in time. Okay, but before I harp on about the same thing now, thank you for watching and for being here. I hope this reading gave you some guidance or clarity, or helped you in some way or another. Perhaps even gave you perspective on another person. If you did resonate, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, and tell me all about it in the comment section below. Alright, have a lovely week, guys. I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading. Your first card is Death in Reverse. Oh, I feel like there is a fighting of change. Please bear in mind the Death card is not a bad card. It does not mean actual death. The first thing I see with the Death card immediately is, how do I put it into words, is that there's been change going on in your life recently, and I feel as though you keep watching out for the bad things or the things that could go wrong, in the sense of like you've been hurt in the past, and because of that, I feel like that is clouding your perspective on the present. Yeah, it's clouding your perspective on the present. Let me just show you your cards quick. This is the 10 of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so what I mean here is, sorry, I'm laughing, but it's like, instead of seeing the good things in your present here now, like perhaps the peace that you have, the connections that you have, the bonds that you have, you are instead seeing all the lack, perhaps the negative things that remind you of things that have happened in the past that led you to hurt and pain. But you aren't because of the change, no, not because of the change, because of what happened in the past, you aren't perceiving the change as good. I feel as though after whatever happened, and the change that happened, you grew closer to people, established new bonds and strengthened older bonds. You even gained more abundance in your material reality as well. But because of the pain that happened, that led to the change, I feel as though you were only seeing the negative instead of what is here now, and you fear that someone or something is going to take it away from you, as happened in the past, like like someone could take away your happiness, take away your love, take away your material abundance even, because that's what happened in the past. Instead of seeing what you do have now and enjoying what you do have now, and knowing that the only way that someone can take it away is if you give it away, or at least give them the power to take it away. But by that I don't mean like, ooh, hold yourself closed so no one can hurt you, because that kind of makes you more susceptible to being hurt, if that makes sense. But also what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords is that if you continue to have this layer over this, not that this death card is negative, but if you continue to layer your present with what's happened in the past and what's changed, what no longer is, the things that you still want to be and things that aren't, I feel as though you are going to thieve from yourself the happiness that you do have right now. It is okay to watch out for red flags, yes, but there's a difference between watching out for red flags and putting red flags down, if that makes sense. Instead of, let me see if I can find an example, like, instead of seeing someone's behavior as actually being loving towards you, you're seeing it as, what do they want? That's putting a red flag there. So be mindful of doing that, because otherwise you are going to be the one stealing from yourself, your own joy and your own happiness. And yes, I'm not saying there aren't shitty people out there, because there are. Well, people aren't necessarily shitty, they just make shitty choices and have shitty worldviews. But don't be like them. Don't create any more pain for yourself, because I feel that's what you're pulling in towards yourself, because of allowing the past to taint your present. And should you let go of what happened, I'm not saying forget about it, because we've learned those lessons for a reason, but allow yourself to be happy right now. Allow yourself to experience what you have right now, because I do feel you do have lots of abundance here with this 10. Okay, so instead of stealing happiness from yourself, rather take away what you have learned from the past and allow it to aid your present. Don't let it take away from your present, okay? I'm going to get you an angel card now to see what other additional messages we have here for you. Again, the power is in your hand and in your hands, and it's about what you carry inside your mind. It's about the thoughts that you think. Are you going to think thoughts that are going to steal your happiness, or are you going to have thoughts more in terms of allowing the past to teach you and protect you, not hamper your present? Are you going to take away your own happiness, or are you going to give it back to yourself? Are you going to allow yourself to experience your happiness? And I do feel that when these situations in the past happen, we do experience some kind of emotional trauma. I mean, abandonment is still abandonment. People hurting you is still pain. And I do feel as though, like, sometimes getting depressed and stuff is only human. You can't force yourself to be happy, and that's also not what I'm saying. I'm saying to be mindful of it. It's okay to have your moment of despair and suffering, but what I'm saying is to not hold on to it. Don't let it become your reality. Be okay, like I'm feeling this, and it's okay that I'm feeling this. I'm going to give myself the next 10 minutes to absolutely feel devastated or negative or whatever, and then I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to do the things I need to get done. I'm not going to let this hold me back. Okay, so I'm not saying it's not okay to, it is completely okay to feel that way, and allow yourself to feel that way. Give yourself permission to feel that way. And then once you felt that way and you've had the 10 minutes of being in your bubble, you get up, move on. You still got stuff to do. You still got people around you that love you. You still got commitments. You still got responsibilities. So bear that in mind. Okay. So let's see what other messages the angels or your spirit guides have for you. Okay, you guys got freedom. That is what the card looks like. So the first thing I am feeling here with the freedom card is to free yourself from your past, free yourself from the negative thoughts that might be going on around in your head, free yourself from the negative ways that you perceive reality. You can only be free by being trapped. So that's why I say you can only feel and experience freedom by having felt trapped and stuck. So that's why I'm saying it's okay to give yourself those few minutes, but then move on. Well, I'm calling it 10 minutes. Sometimes you just need 2 hours as well, but you still get up and you go. Okay, so the freedom card says the angels guide you to freely express your true thoughts and feelings with love, including the negative ones, which also means to be kind to yourself. You may feel trapped right now by life conditions. By drawing this card, the angels ask you to realize that you are the only jail keeper that ever surfaces in your own life. Whenever you realize that you have the power to be free, freedom follows. Everything that you do in your life is by choice, and you are free to choose again. Even prisoners are free to choose their thoughts so that they feel peace and happiness under any conditions. The next time you begin a sentence with the words, I have to, please stop. Ask God and the angels to show you some alternatives. They will either help you complete the task from a loving mindset so that you don't feel trapped, or they will guide you to do something else that you will love. With that, I have to, it makes me think of rephrasing of I have to do this or I should be doing this to I want to do this because. So perhaps change your thoughts in a direction like that. Not I have to do the dishes, more I want to do the dishes because I like having clean plates to eat. You know, you switch to a way of empowering your thoughts, yourself in that way, especially when you're feeling down and out about stuff. It's not like I have to work, it's I want to work because I want the money, or I want to work because I really enjoy working. You know, you got to change your thoughts in that way. Sometimes, like, even like if you go see people, like I have to see this. No, I want to see this person because this person is so and so to me. you know, just change the way that you think about things too. It helps a lot. Okay, and that is all I have for you this week. I hope that this video helped a bit, that you could relate, that you got a different perspective or insight on your situation. If it did resonate, this reading, then please give this video a like for me and tell me about it in the comment section below. And also subscribe to my channel if you would like more videos like this. Yes, that is all I have for you. Until next week, I will see you then. Bye. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading. Your first card is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so immediately, emotional abundance. A new opportunity as well for emotional abundance. This is the new start of emotional abundance as well. From this card, I feel as though you have learned that you are the one that fills your own cup, that no one can do it for you. No one can make you happy. No one can bring you joy. I mean, you can be with all your favorite people in the same room and still feel fucking lonely or depressed or whatnot. But I feel as though you've recently learned that you can choose to sit there and feel sorry for yourself because you feel you don't belong, when belonging is about choice, about whether the people you are with is good enough for you, not whether you are good enough for them. Okay. Right. Getting the rest of your cards before I get into that one. Yes, I definitely feel as though you've learned that your emotional well-being and your happiness is your own responsibility. That goes the same for other people, and it is not your job to make them feel good about themselves, although we sometimes do because we care about people, but it is not our job. It is not our responsibility. That is other people's responsibility. People can't learn for themselves when you do it for them. They have to do it for themselves. You can only share your filled cup with their filled cup. You can't give them from your filled cup. That's not your job. You still need to take care of people, and provide and fulfill your responsibilities. And you can't do that on an empty cup. You can only do that with a filled cup. A filled cup which you have to fill yourselves. Now, I'm not saying that's not okay to not be happy. We all have that still. It is a part of life, and you don't get the one without the other. But I feel as though you've learned how to soothe yourself, how to take care of yourself, like giving yourself a few minutes to perhaps feel negative and down, and then move on, move forward. So that is being acknowledged. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, okay. Let's just go here. Yeah. And there. Okay. You guys have 4 cards. Here is the Queen of Swords. Justice. And Judgment. Okay. So the Queen of Swords, I definitely feel as though in the recent past your emotional IQ has gone way up. What I mean by that is that you can definitely see the difference between when you were 16 and where you are now. If that makes sense. Like, it's not on other people to fill your cup. It is not other people's responsibility to make you happiness, as I've said before. Which I feel has also given you wisdom with this Queen of Swords. That's why I said emotional intelligence, because it's emotion and intelligence. Okay, here with the Judgment card, I am feeling and seeing that it is about practicing what you preach. that see, these people here are in the caskets waiting to be saved by a higher power instead of saving themselves. They're waiting on others to save them instead of saving themselves. So that's why I'm saying practicing what you preach. You've learned how to take care of yourself and to have your own back. And I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to test what you have recently learned. So here with the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Judgment, I feel that yes, you have learned this, but I still feel that you are somewhere people pleasing. Not necessarily putting into practice what you know, in the terms of only you can make you happy, and that only other people can make themselves happy. That sure, you can contribute, but I feel as though you are still people pleasing because you kind of still want them to like you instead of being fair and holding other people accountable for their actions. Although here with the Queen of Swords, I definitely am realizing you are realizing that you can't please everyone, and it's not your responsibility to please everyone, and it's not realistic to expect everyone to like you or to even want you, And I feel that because of that, you are kind of losing your fear, or putting your fear aside, or stepping beyond your fear to hold people accountable for their actions, which includes holding yourself accountable for your actions. So where you used to be very people pleasing, you're holding yourself now accountable for that as well, because perhaps now you find that it is more important for people to face themselves and to face their actions than it is for them to like you. But I'm really liking this shift. I'm loving that energy. It is so nice. But now, because you are holding people accountable for themselves, for their behaviors, as well as for your own, it is going to create a little bit of turmoil. Not so much turmoil, but people disliking you. But that's where I feel like you are now, that you're learning that it's okay for people not to like you. I definitely feel that people are going to fall away once you start speaking your truth and speaking your mind, holding people accountable for their behaviors, their even their thoughts and their words. But I feel like that's okay, because the people that you truly value, and that value you truly for who you are and who is on the same path as you, is going to stick around more than those who are not. I don't feel like you're going to completely lose people. It's just that it's going to be more distant with them, and it's going to be the case of, okay, hi, how are you? No, I'm good, this and this happened, and then you just move on with your life again. But I feel that there will be people who truly value you, and guys, it's not necessarily going to be easy, because even if you have a partner and you don't want to hurt their feelings, but you still got to hold them accountable for their actions and their behaviors. And they are going to hold you accountable for your actions and behaviors, the people that are closest to you. I definitely hear the Judgment card. Don't feel it's going to be easy, but I definitely feel that you're going to navigate through it nicely. I'm loving this energy. It's kind of making me feel giddy and excited. Okay, so let me just move this aside, because I want to get you guys your angel card, and man, I'm loving this. Yeah, let me get you an angel card from your spirit guides or angels, however you want to see it then. See what additional messages you have. Study. Oh, that's not interesting. I haven't seen this card before. be looking a little bit skew on camera. That is my bad. Okay, so here you have study. Okay, so I'm drawn to the rainbow. So I feel as though if you've been asking for signs, you've been seeing a lot of rainbows, and that's been guiding you and directing you of where you perhaps need to be, where you need to go. And even sometimes I feel as though you've been wondering, is this the right place? I don't say, do I belong here, but like, am I in the right place? And I feel as though whenever you see a rainbow, you feel as though you are, and it is. So trust that feeling, it is right. And then for some of you, I feel as though there is a message about your chakras, to perhaps go look them up, activate them perhaps, and such. I don't want to exactly tell you what to do, but I'm definitely getting a message about your chakras. Perhaps you need to see what is blocked, what is not, how the energy can move. Look at that candle go. Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that, but it's so funny with the angel in the sky. I definitely feel like you guys are going to also go into a new direction because of what you've learned recently. Like, the old ways don't necessarily fit you anymore, where the people in your life still follow the old ways, and you know it's not that way, so you don't really resonate with those people anymore. So that I feel like you guys could do your research, and just to go and look and see what is out there, because what you know now is out there, and there are people who do offer good advice, and communities that can help you perhaps even adjust to the new way of your perspective on life, if that makes sense. But also feel definitely as though you are going to, not just that, not just what I just said, but you can go study more further into what you know now, and it's going to lead you down different avenues and different paths as well. It's like what you know now, I feel though that what's coming is going to be so much compared to so much. Like, it's definitely, it's part of your path, it's why you are here, it's part of your awakening. Awaken to what? That is completely up to you and the path that you choose. Okay, so this card says you are engaged in learning and studying right now. Your angels guide you to take time to read, listen, and grow. This card validates that this is an important time for you to learn new ideas or skills. Perhaps you feel guided to enroll in a class, and this card confirms that feeling. If you are currently attending school, the angels ask you to continue. Sometimes when we are in a learning phase in our life, we become anxious to test our new knowledge. Instead of learning, we want to apply what we've learned. However, timing is everything. And this card guides you not to rush into action. Instead, enjoy the process of learning. The growth that accompanies the educational experience is enjoyable if we remind ourselves to stay focused on the here and now moment. Okay, I just saw another message here with the Queen of Swords, is that the truth does cut, and you've got to be mindful how you use it, because you do have this new knowledge and wisdom that you have gained of yourself, which gives you more depth into understanding other, even though other doesn't want to see it. Sometimes people aren't ready either, so for them to learn that. So be mindful how you use your sword. It's not about cutting, it's about sharing your knowledge. Okay, so be careful that you don't hurt others with what you've learned. Like, to not use your gifts now for the negative to use or for the positive. Accountability is important, yes, but hurting people is not. So just be mindful of that as well, because sometimes we say things out of anger and we can use what we know against others, which also really isn't cool. But yeah. Okay, so that is all I have for you. I hope this reading gave you some guidance or perspective, helped you in some way. If it did and you resonated, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, not my channel, my channel, my channel, and tell me about it in the comment section below. I'd really like to hear from you. Okay, guys, that is all I have for you. Thank you for being here and thank you for watching. Until next week, bye.